Biden's good friend and business partner, Devon Archer, is going to testify this morning, today, before the House, I believe it's the Oversight Committee. And this is going to be a closed-door hearing, so it's not going to be public, at least not yet. But typically what happens is that after these meetings, Representative Comer or one of the other members will release information about what the content of that testimony was. Now, interestingly, the New York Post got a preview of what Devon Archer is going to say or is expected to say. And it's pretty damning because Devon Archer is going to tell Congress that on multiple occasions, Joe Biden, not Hunter Biden, but Joe Biden, was directly involved in these business transactions involving apparent bribes from foreign entities in exchange for political access. That Hunter Biden would connect with these guys. He was the kind of front man, but then he would get Joe Biden on the phone, or Joe Biden would call in, or he'd put Joe Biden on speakerphone, and Joe Biden could converse directly with these potential, bribe payers or influence buyers or whatever you want to call them. So this directly contradicts Biden's claim. I had nothing to do with my son's businesses. I've never spoken about any of these businesses to other family members. The White House is now kind of backing away from that and taking a kind of fallback position. Quote, Hunter Biden or Joe Biden was not in business with his son. Now notice that's a completely different thing. They're not officially in business. And you can see how there's all kinds of shadings that can be applied to that. Well, yeah, of course, Hunter Biden shared the loot. Well, yeah, Joe Biden kind of called in, but that doesn't mean that they were business partners per se. And so this is a way of the White House retreating in the face of indisputable evidence, even though the media so far is still kind of very cautiously trying to stay away from all this, trying to downplay it. They throw in words like unsupported, unproven, unsubstantiated. Notice, by the way, when they were investigating Russia collusion against Trump, none of these kind of warning words or warning labels. Hey, this is unsupported, it's unproven, we don't know for a fact. So all these caveats are now attending media coverage of the subject. Now, in a very interesting development, the Biden DOJ, the very people, the kind of consigliere operation for the Biden mafia, headed by Merrick Garland. And by the way, one day if Merrick Garland retires or gets out of government, he'll have an excellent job, I think, working for an organized crime syndicate, because here you have himself a kind of corrupt mafia consigliere, but he now has excellent government experience. So he'll have a lot to put on his resume. Well, the Biden DOJ, it seems, was trying to prevent Devon Archer from testifying before Congress. Over this past weekend, they sent a letter to a judge, and the judge, this is Judge Abrams, and they said, we need Devon Archer to show up and check into prison. Wait, what? Now, there's a little bit of a backstory here, and that is that Devon Archer, who is apparently not, he himself, think of it, this is a guy who's in business with the Bidens. So he's got to be himself a little shady. I think that the Biden people have scared him, and I think he's now realized that the jig is up, and this is why he's testifying before Congress. He's decided to be truthful in the same way that, for example, people who are connected to the mafia go, okay, listen, you know what, I'll cooperate with the cops. This is the best way I can get a good deal, and I'll reveal what I know. But Devon Archer was accused and convicted in a fraud case. The fraud case is unrelated to his dealings with the Bidens. In fact, it involves a conspiracy supposedly to defraud a Native American tribe. Now, Devon Archer says that he didn't do that, and even though he was convicted, he is appealing his conviction. Normally, when someone is appealing a conviction, they're not going to be automatically put into jail. The jail sentence is going to await the fate of the appeal. So it was really unusual that the Biden DOJ is like, over the weekend, hey, Devon Archer needs to show up for jail right now. And it seemed like transparent effort to prevent him from showing up on Monday. today and testifying before Congress. So this created really quite a stir. And Matt Gaetz and others were raging about it on social media, basically saying, listen, this is the last straw. If Devon Archer doesn't show up, essentially people are going to be, there's going to be hell to pay. And Representative Comer was on Maria Bartiromo's show, and he went on to lay out that, look, this is a very disturbing business. The Devon Archer has a lot to tell us. He's agreed to come. There have been actually several delays before his testimony. Now he's scheduled to testify. And right before that happens, we have this, convenient, or maybe we should say inconvenient demand that he show up and check himself into a prison. Well, the Biden DOJ realized that this is not going to go well for them. And so they backed off. They sent a new letter to the judge, which I'm looking at it right now. The government writes to follow up on its July 29th letter. The government understands the defendant is scheduled to provide testimony to Congress tomorrow, July 31st. To be clear, the government does not request, and then parentheses, this is the funny part, and has never requested that the defendant surrender before his congressional testimony. Well, they wanted him to check himself into jail on Monday. So what do they want? Him to go testify first to Congress and then find his way to prison really on the same day? No, but they're backing off. And so they go, nevertheless, for the avoidance of all doubt, the government requests that any surrender date, should the court order one, be scheduled to occur after the defendant's congressional testimony is completed. So let's just say they made a valiant effort, these crooks with badges did, to block Hunter Biden from testifying before Congress. The scheme didn't work. They were forced to back off, and now we eagerly await Devon Archer, not Hunter Biden, but Devon Archer's actual testimony. Debbie and I are on a great health journey, but we still struggle to eat enough fruits, veggies, and fiber. Now, lucky for us, we discovered Balance of Nature, and what better way to get all your fruits and veggies plus fiber than with Balance of Nature. Balance of Nature fruits and veggies right here. They're made from fresh, whole produce. The produce is powdered after an advanced vacuum cold process, which stabilizes the maximum nutrient content. And the Balance of Nature fiber and spice, right here, a proprietary blend of fiber and 12 spices for overall and digestive health. Start your journey to better health right now. This is the final week to get a free fruits and veggies travel set plus $25 off your first order as a preferred customer when you use promo code America. Call 800-246-8751. That's 800-246-8751. Or go to balanceofnature.com. Use discount code America.